Yo, it's your boy Uri, and today we're gonna play Tiny Bunny episode 2. I'm happy to see you. It's been a while since I recorded a video because I had some stuff on my head. So let's continue this game. Load. This one. We're here. Don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know what we're supposed to do. Oh. A piggy bank. Nice. Olya is saving money for real puppy because Dad said that taking care of him will take a lot of money. By the way, Olya asked to watch a TV show or something with her, a movie with her. I don't remember what movie, but she asked it. Turn on. The old photo on TV was gathering dust in the corner. All that was left was clicking the button on the front panel. I clicked it, and it don't seem to work. The tube warmed up, and familiar white notes started dancing on the black screen. I almost reached out to turn on the VCR when the noise calmed down and the blurry image appeared for a moment. It was a dark taiga forest, just like the one outside my window. What is that noise? The picture split the screen in half. Something creepy, resembling human speech, was coming out of the speaker. Just a few moments later, the scenery was again overshadowed by noise. Did it catch some rogue signal? Local TV station only really showed Soviet cartoons, and even that was pretty rare. And only just recently, I used to watch Robotech before school. It was so awesome. I enjoyed it so much as a little boy. Maybe I should tinker with the antenna. What if I catch this channel again? On the other hand, Olya has asked me to find the tape. It wouldn't be nice to disappoint her. She's my little sister after all. You don't want to disappoint your family, any member. But in my sleepy state, I didn't have the strength to do all of it. What did you do? Why do I searched for the tape, of course. Dead body in here? Probably. Dead body? No. Oh my god. I see. What the fuck is that noise? I sifted through the shelf, full of dolls and blue hippos from Kinder Surprise, of course. Oh, I didn't want to. I found the tape I needed thanks to its shabby spine. I got the black rectangle from its box. Achievement unlocked, Neverland. The tape inside it rustled. While rewinding to the beginning, the rustle was lulling me to sleep. Drowsiness attacked me while I was squatting before the TV. Images welled in my head, me and Olya flying about the forest, rumbling in the soft clouds. What is this? My little sister is laughing, but the smile became more and more forced with every passing second. I noticed that the clowns underneath us part, bearing the bristly pine tops. Swampy darkness slapped upon the trees. The wings are no longer able to hold us and Olya.
Ты не смотришь без меня?
You haven't started before me. My sister brought the tray with unevenly cut bread and a whole can of condensed milk. Nice of her. I wabbled my eyes.
Нет, садись.
No, come sit.
Мама с папой опять ругаются.
Mom and Dad are arguing again.
У них сейчас период такой.
They're going through tough times.
Глупый какой-то период.
Rough times are lame. Piano on the screen. Wendy was hiding Peter Pan's shadows into the dresser. Olya was entertained by the cartoonish dog Nana.
Может, и нам родители собачку купят?
Maybe Mom and Dad will buy us a dog too. Hey, it's a fairy. Hey, Peter Pan, hey.
Ага, как же.
Yeah, sure.
В Небыляндии у меня будет своя собственная собака. И кошка. И попугайчик.
I'll have my own dog in the Neverland. And a cat. And a parrot. Olia smeared a slice of bread with a thick layer of constant milk and handed it to me.
А у тебя все молочные зубы выпали?
Have you lost all your baby teeth? I needed it, sorry. Okay. Have you lost all your baby teeth?
Конечно.
Obviously I have. I'm a very grown man person. I have even more grown man stuff. Olya frowned, deep in thought. Sorry, I need to do something. I will come back to you. Oh, the camera is right at me, I think. Olya frowned, deep in thought.
У Питера Пэна зубы молочные.
Peter Pan has baby teeth.
Вдруг со взрослыми зубами тебя не пустят в его страну?
What if they won't let you go in this land with adult teeth?
Мы что-нибудь обязательно придумаем.
Well, think of something. Don't worry, little sis. We'll juke them.
Попросим папу исправить тебе возраст в паспорте.
We'll ask Dad to alter your age in the passport.
С чего это папа будет документы подделывать?
And why would Dad forge documents? Ollie took a bite from the sandwich and started talking with a mouthful.
Будет. Мама говорила, что он так делал. А я подслушала.
I heard Mom they did a few.
Смотри, уши вырастут, как у Дамбо.
Your girl is as big as Dumbo's. Ollie got worried and touched her here. I smiled to myself. My little sister was silent now. She just devoured bread, watching the adventures of Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, and James Hook. As if she got sucked into the fairy tale Neverland. To be honest, I also imagined myself there, in a land where no one never ages, where no one argues over the little things, where no one listens to fights and the sound of broken plates at night. It felt like I was swimming with my eyes still open. There my sister's scream pulled me back into reality.
Тоша, скорее, штору задерни!
Tasha, shut the curtains fast!
Зачем?
Why?
Никто же на тебя не смотрит.
No one is watching you.
Уже темно, а когда темнеет, прилетает сова.
It's dark, and when it's dark, the owl comes.
Я боюсь.
I'm scared. I got out of bed fighting my drowsiness and closed the curtains. I did my best not to look outside toward the treetops, toward the tiger forest, which seemingly drew closer and closer. Of course, he was just a visual effect from the shadows of branches capping the snow.
Тоша, мама думает, что я напридумывала про
Tasha, Mom thinks I'm mad all up. But I know you didn't.
И папа считает, что раз я маленькая, это значит врушка.
And Dad too thinks I'm lying since I'm small.
А сова есть.
But all do exist.
Вот честная-пречестная,
Honestly,
есть она.
honestly, it does.
Ты же мне веришь,
You don't believe me, right?
что она там и каждую ночь прилетает и...
Here he comes. He comes every night. And I swiftly grabbed Olia's hand and looked her in the eyes. I was terrified. I was trying to transfer at least some of my courage and determination. But did I really have those qualities?
Я тебе верю, слышишь?
Yes, but I believe you, alright?
Ты только родителям больше не рассказывай про сову.
Just don't mag our parents about it anymore.
У них и так хлопот по горло, они только рассердятся.
They're already dealing with a lot. They just get mad at you.
Ты мне говори, если что случится.
Come and tell me if anything happens.
И в окно не смотри.
And don't look out the window, never. Never will you just get jump scared.
Но она хочет, чтобы я смотрела.
But he wants me to look, so don't.
Перехочет.
Doesn't matter.
Притворись, что ее нет и не было никогда, что она выдумка, как родители говорят.
Act like it doesn't exist and never existed. Like it's made up. Just like mom and dad
Ей
say.
ждать надоест, она улетит.
It'll get tired of waiting and fly away. Oh, that's sad. She knows it's true and you know it's true, so why you just... We follow Peter Pan's adventures as if nothing had happened, as if the forest didn't kidnap kids, as if our parents weren't tearing each other apart bit by bit. Captain Hook was running away from a crocodile, and Captain Pen was headed to London on a glided sailboat. By some miracle, I lasted longer than my little sister. Olia's eyelids had dropped. She started snorkeling lightly, resting her chin on the side of the bed. I stood up and left Olia's room. I was looking out the window, studying the field when Mom peeked in my room.
Довольно баловства.
Enough playing around.
Завтра первый день в школе.
It's your first day at school tomorrow.
Ложись, тебе надо выспаться.
Go to bed, you should sleep probably. I don't
Не
know
хочешь же
how
ты,
I
чтобы
did it.
тебя все дразнили Соней?
You don't want to be teased for being sleepy, right? Adult thinks everything is so simple. As if the sound of sleep wouldn't show my classmate who's like me. I covered myself with a blanket up to my neck and listened to the house humming, to something invisible rustling in the corners. My inner voice had a question for me. Do I want to hear that mysterious flute again? Yes or no? Maybe it's just a part of growing up, and I can't fully understand my own desires. Maybe, but maybe not. Maybe it's a monster who's just behind you. The forest of whale behind the barrier that was my walls. Some otherworld entity wandered at the fields. Branches shook, as if calling for me. The wind howled on and on in the night. My thoughts was like annoying flies that entered my head before becoming weak and tangled. I didn't notice how I fell into slumber. It has come, afterward. The day I fear the most, the first day of a new school term. Episode 2, time to play with you. Ooh, scary, I guess. Yeah. New school, new teachers, and most importantly, new classmates who I always have trouble connecting with. Just myself, I know. Like most other kids with glasses, probably. I was with glasses too, probably. I forced myself to get out of my warm bed. Dad would usually drive me to my old school, but this morning the bedroom of my parents was silent. Didn't sleep in. Maybe it was a good thing. I didn't want to get the daddy boy reputation from day one. My parents probably still tucked in, dreaming about how the good old days when everything was so simple and easy. Sweet dreams, even if far removed from reality. I silently sneaked out to the first floor so I wouldn't wake up anybody, especially a peacefully sleeping Olia. By the way, this was just very loud steps. You would probably wake up someone. I did my best to step on the middle of every floorboard. I used to play like this even in our old apartment. If my soul touched space between floorboards, it counted as stepping into lava. The clock was spurring me on with his hands. I need to hurry, faster! I was too fast, so I needed to circle the hallway once again. Boiling lava was bursting out of the cracks between the floorboards. I needed to watch my step to survive at any cost. Hippity hop! Just like a frog jumping on molehills. Like a fearful bunny in a groove full of wolves. I made a sandwich in the kitchen, shoved it down my throat, and drank it down with cold tea. My appetite was as good as of someone being led into scaffold toward the guillotine. I lowered my gaze and saw that one of my feet was standing on two floorboards at the same time. Burned to crisp, huh? I moved my foot. Disgusting little snakes whirled in my belly. The fear of getting hit and being called nasty names. The clock clicked. I need to go. It was dark outside, feeling for early winter morning. This darkness never fully left the houses around here. Took my time tightening my shoes, buttoning the fluffy down jacket, trying to lay my unpleasant accent into the semi-dark, into the uneven unknown. I rubbed my glasses for good luck, though I couldn't remember a single time this thick piece of glasses brought me any good fortune. This is why I did eye surgery. The sky was aching to a giant bruise. On the east side of it, a black cloud was swirling up. It licked. This is an owl. I'm not too fond of it. from the sky and extinguished the rising sun. Darkness was plastered all over the treetops. I don't condone this all! The cautious cries of birds got tangled up in the quick. I locked the front door with a long key that I wore around my neck, just like me. My parents made me wear this noose, afraid that I, being a total closet that I am, could lose the key otherwise. The wind whistled on the other side of the gate and invited me to new life towards the ambitious ventures. And tugged along like an old body, pushing me in the back. White shadows that pined throughout covered a third of the clearing. Upon reaching the edge of the forest, I hid my nose in the coat's collar. I was squeezing through the thin firebreak, my hair ruffled up and my back hunched over. Tall trees stood on both sides of the tiny trail. The snowy blanket rustled under my feet, and the canopy of intertwined branches above my head cut me off from the already sparse starlight. The night had no plans of moving away from the forest. In this darkness, trees reminded me of shaggy old women that smelled of burial elf. Their trunks turned into cracked, winked faces. I can see that, with holes in the middle of their mouth. If I lose focus even for a moment, mold-covered wishes would drag me into the forest depths. Then my parents would be walking around this part screaming my name. But death can answer the living. Or can they? A sense of panic was growing in my chest. I was fine with Dad carrying me into the school in his hands by now, if it saved me from watching the darkness rise up in the ravens like a black doe. It felt like someone jumped into the bushes behind me, so I turned around. Bad decision. As soon as I started walking faster, I heard a snow squeak behind me. The forest took a deep breath with giant lungs. The windfield cracked. The wind and the birds were left behind in the fields now. I could only hear the forest squeak. I walked, listening closely, and the unseen presence grew stronger. As if someone was following me, trying to match the pace of my footsteps. I turned my head so fast it made my neck crunch. A tiny trail behind me disappeared into the darkness. 3 branches overlapped, forming a natural tunnel.
Есть здесь кто?
Who's there? The question escaped my lips and dissolved into the unending creaking sound of the wooden idols, the pines around me. What did I think? Going through the forest alone was a good idea. I'm either going mad, or someone has intentionally lured me away from home. Distant light granted me a smidgen of hope, a country road. I went there as fast as I could, as if afraid that the trail would shrink. Clawed hands would grip me by the shoulders, turn me around and make me look the faces of a hungry forest denizens. In the end, nobody stopped me. I almost flew to the dirt-ripped, wooden bridge. Disbelieve in my luck. The bridge supports bath in spring, tarry and ice cold. I put my hands on my knees and looked up at the forest. Then snorted, trying to calm down my breathing. No, I didn't. The remaining part of my commute lay to the snow, a laden road, illuminated by spare lamplights. I chased away bad thoughts, and went as fast as I could, from one circle to light to another, seeking protection from electric lamps. Just like in that game where you need to be the first to proclaim, "I'm protected." What is this game? I don't know. It just, in this case, that protection was flimsy at best, with darkness written outside its bounds. Then I noticed something remarkably eerie. In a place where the light from a lamp couldn't reach, a hairy crooked shadow came alive with a guttural roar. It's a thingy. It's a thingy. It's definitely, this is a thingy you don't want to see at night. And even at light, at the day, you don't want to see it, right? So you just run away. But this don't want to. But this man right here, it's just. This man, I don't know how to describe it. This man is so stupid. This is always like this is all games. Why can't you run? It's almost felt like it features the third light. It's a natural pose, instilled fear. My eyes almost popped out of the socket as I just stood there, blinking, trying to chase away that illusion. But the shadow didn't disappear and even got closer. My insides were gripped by horror. I stepped back and almost fell into the snow pile. The black silhouette, on the other hand, straightened up and addressed me in a sweet voice.
Чего крадешься? Душу мою украсть хочешь?
Sneaking around? You trying to steal my soul? Words got stuck in my throat. Who could be talking in such silky voice here between the forest and the dormant village?
Чего молчишь, несмышленыш?
Will you say something, dummy?
Язык вырвали?
A cat got your tongue?
Слушай, а я тебе еще и нос откушу.
Righty then. I'll bite off your nose then.
Будешь знать, как совать его в чужие дела.
That'll teach you not to poke it in places that doesn't belong. A girl stood before me, judging from the voice and the silhouette. But I couldn't even reprimand myself for getting scared by a girl before noticing gaping mouth under her hood with something dangerously shiny inside. I was stunned. From the cavity of her hood, a frighteningly real fox face was staring straight at me. It's just her jaws weren't moving and her eyes wasn't blinking. A mask. It's just a girl with a fox mask on. At least I wanted to think that. After a surprise like that, an evil smile involuntarily crept onto my face.
А я
I was just
просто в школу иду, а тут
going
ты.
to school and then you...
Что я?
What about me?
Никогда не видел, как лиса собаку кормит.
Never seen a fox feed a dog! And indeed, there was a small dog circling the girl's legs. One of the strays that were chasing me yesterday, probably.
Извини, я не хотел.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. After hearing my voice, the dog whimpered, lowered his ears, sniffed me out, and then started wagging his tail. I guess I still smelled like bologna that I ate for breakfast. I was shifting my gaze back and forth from the dog to the girl, 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 from the dog to the girl. Sorry about that. I just had to do it. It seemed funny. She didn't seem scary anymore. Just weird.
Значит, не хотел.
So you didn't mean to... Huh?
Как тебя зовут?
What's your name, little boy?
Меня Антон,
I'm Anton.
а тебя?
And you?
А меня нет.
And I'm not! She's weird. Definitely has a couple of screws. But she has a nice voice. I gave her some nice voice, alright. My astonishment has turned into a mix of happiness and relief. This girl I didn't know was definitely a human, if a bit eccentric. I was also a bit angry at myself for being such a douche. This foxy girl was walking through the darkness without a problem, and I shuddered from every little sound. I just walk away, but this girl piqued my interest. The next time police officer asked me about my friends at the new place, telling my friend that the talking
Ты
fox.
здесь живешь?
Do you live around here?
В поселке?
In this village? She spun around so hard, the hem of her coat lifted up.
Нет, глупый.
You dummy! I don't live here.
Лисы не живут в поселке.
Foxes don't live in villages.
Хочешь сказать, ты живешь в
So you live in
лесу?
a forest then? You're telling me you live in a forest then, huh?
Из какой норы ты вылез?
Have you been living under a rock?
Конечно. Лисам среди людей не выжить,
It's so rare that fox can't survive anywhere near humans.
пока они лисы.
As long as they're foxes anyway. Her jokes was also weird. Just like her carnival mask. Papier mache with fur glued into it. A dog reminded us of its existence with a loud bark. I infested my backpack. Dad would sometimes throw food in there without my knowledge. Cookies, apples, or even my favorite crab sticks. He called it a gift from the bunny. The sway sword warned me with menacing footsteps with pleading look in his eyes. The fox did definitely tweeted to something, but he was probably still hungry.
Зачем ты так вырядилась с утра пораньше?
Why you dressed like this so early in the morning?
На утренник идешь?
Going to a custom party or some? The girl shrugged, throwing silvery snowflakes off her nose, and a human form along with them, turning into a genuine beast. A real fox, agile, cunning, dangerous. A moment of hesitation, and you'll be ripped into shreds. She'll tear you up and gulp you down without breaking a sweat. I couldn't help but just stand there as you stomp. Until I heard the calm, melodic laughter hidden underneath the beastly mask.
Видел бы ты свою маску, сладенький.
I wish you could see your own mask, sweetie. Did you say sweetie? I got embarrassed. Went red till my hair was. We seen a fox in a zoo once when he went there with his dad. Body that patchy fur, it was gray and skinny. But this girl was a fairy color and fairy. Fairy color and fairy. Like in fairy tales. I was still rummaging through my backpack. My fingers that were searching for the dog tweets stumbled upon some soft crumpled objects.
Ничего,
You see,
скоро проснутся настоящие звери.
the real beast will wake up soon.
Спроси-ка лучше у них, где они взяли свои человеческие
You
лица.
should ask them where they got their human faces. The girl's shadow was dancing in the lamplights. Dog yapped in agreement. I freaked out and dropped my finding in the snow without getting a proper chance to examine it. Cold wind instantly covered the hole it created in the snow. The dog rushed to dig it out, wanted to get its treat. And the fox just snorted. Now I was so embarrassed I wanted to sink through the snow. It was still dark outside of the electric circle. On the contrary, the darkness seemed even more thick. All neighbors' houses were sleeping deeply in kins. I don't know. I did my best to continue the conversation with the real girl. I didn't know.
Ты в школу идешь?
So, are you going to school?
Ах, ну какой же дурачок!
Oh my. You're a real dummy.
Так ничего и не
Don't you get it? What? I was trying to be friendly, but she couldn't stop mocking me. She is right. She's a fox, man. Called me a dummy and all. I should have just moved along with paying no attention to this weird and stupid
Ты
dog.
чего обзываешься?
Why is so mean to me?
Не хочешь отвечать и
Don't
пожалуйста.
answer if you don't want to.
Никто не требует.
It's not like I care. Still, something froze me in place, turned me toward the dark figure. A mysterious appearance. Her voice was velvety and just languid enough. I was intrigued and excited. I watched her as people watch fires burn.
Ой, да не дуйся.
Oh, it's so pounding.
Гляди-ка лучше.
You care.
Ты нравишься Жульке.
Zulka took liking to you. The dog was digging through the snow with sharp movements, snowing loudly. The fox turned around and looked at the windows of nearby houses and timbered front through the white mist. The tip of her fake nose was shining under the lamp's light.
Не только ей.
And maybe someone else also, or two. I went red again, like a boiled catfish this time. Is she talking about herself or someone else? He hoped the semi-dark would be able to hide my embarrassment for the girl. I cleared my throat before asking.
А кому еще я нравлюсь?
And who's that person? I waited, counting my heartbeat. So wow, her voice is really talking my throat into training. The fox didn't reply. Her sly stare was scanning the frosty patterns of someone's windows. She was reading them like a glass book. I wonder what she can see in those winter paintings. The stray stopped plummeting into the snow. It ran to me holding the object in her jaws. A mitten. Could it be the one I found in the forest? What is it doing here? When I looked closer, I realized that it was just a mitten. My mitten. Maybe my mom stuffed it in there where I was sleeping. I saw the missing boy. Immediately came to mind.
Эй, ты знаешь что-нибудь про Вову?
Hey, do you know anything about Vova? I imagine the scene. She loves dancing in the clearing. The dance of the night when Vova has disappeared. A boy who went found to prove a big reward and maybe save my family. I remember my birthday when our parents promised to take me and Olia to Disneyland in Paris. But instead of a long anticipated gift, they gave me a simple brick game console visibly embarrassed. I was crying my eyes out back then, demanded to take me to the promised amusement park. That was the first time when Mom and Dad had a big fight. My greediness shattered their relationship. If only I could fix everything, gather everybody I love, and take them to Disneyland.
В ночь, когда пропал Вова, я, кажется, видел, как кто-то похожий на тебя плясал под моим окном.
On the night Vova has disappeared, I think I saw someone looking like you dancing under my window. It couldn't be true, but I felt like I must became even more sly. The folk was sniffing me out.
А что? Ты тогда испугался?
Oh, that got you worried?
За себя или кого-то еще?
For yourself or for someone else? Olia, I started as soon as I thought about my sister, my chest tightened and a cold sweat swam to my spine.
Ну так слушай меня внимательно, мальчик по имени Антон.
Well then, listen closely, boy named Anton.
Это большой и страшный
This
лес.
is a big and scary forest. The fox got stepped towards menacingly.
И я не единственный его обитатель.
And I'm not its only tenant.
Другие звери уже знают о тебе.
The other beasts already know about you.
Берегись нас. Этой ночью
Beware!
опять придем.
We'll come again tonight. I shouldn't talk to this evil child form, I thought, panicking.
Пока ты со своей семьей будешь спать, подкрадемся близко-близко и станцуем.
When you and your parents will be fast asleep, we'll sneak really close and dance.
Макарену!
Macarena.
Чё?
Huh?
Эй, Макарена!
Hey, Macarena. What the fuck?
У тебя прямо челюсть отвисла, Антоша!
Look at you. Your mouth is agape, Santosha.
Видел он меня ночью у своего окна. Ага, как же!
You saw me mirrors window at night. You're right.
А ты случаем не местный дурачок?
Are you by any chance dimwit?
Меня не отпускают гулять так поздно.
No way they let me go outside this late.
Здесь, знаешь ли, дети пропадают.
Chilling on missing here, you know. I touched the plastic frame of my glasses, puzzled by a silly joke. She got me scared to death.
Ой, да не тереби ты окуляры свои.
Hey, why you stop folding your glasses?
Я раньше тоже близорукой была.
I was also nearsighted once.
Лучше послушай меня. Может быть, ума наберешь.
Listen to me and maybe we go smarter.
Лисичку как обычно называют?
Remember why do they call foxes
Плутовка?
cunning? My words seemed to hurt her.
Ох ты!
What did you say?
Ой, прости.
I'm sorry. Okay, funny. Her laughter was heading to the jungle of a pair of silver bells.
Да шучу я!
Just pulling your leg.
Конечно,
Of
Плутон.
course we're cunning.
Если ты ловкий и смелый, не боишься с Плутовкой
If you're
возиться,
agile and brave
я
enough to
так и
befriend a
быть
cunning
помогу
force,
разыскать этого Вову.
I help you look for your father then.
Ты же неспроста его ищешь.
There's a reason why you're doing it, right? I shrugged in reply. Her insight was alarming.
Знаю, почему дети
Her
поводились
voice is so
соваться
hard
на
to do.
шлюз.
I know why children have swarming her voice lately.
Порой там можно найти много всего.
Sometimes you can find this stuff there.
Я вот однажды нашла целый сугроб конфет и купалась в нем.
Well,
Да
I
так
can't
что
do the voice
челюсть
anymore. It just
слиплась.
hurt my throat, and then I wouldn't be able to do videos. One day I saw a huge bag of candy ones, and a swarm in it, until my jaw was cramped. A pile of candy. I couldn't deduce whether she believed in it, in what she was saying from the tone of her voice. I showed her another smile, a fake one this time.
Посмотрите-ка, какой недоверчивый.
Boo! So worried.
Ну-ну. А что
Well,
ты
what do you
на
have
это
to say about
скажешь?
this then? She held out her hand in her mitten. There was an assortment of sweets in her palm. In the city where I used to live, sweets like this was sold in markets or in kiosks. I saw my favorite bubblegum in vivid wrapper among the tasty treasure. A familiar name was on it, Turbo. A twinkle box fox face poked her nose towards me.
Угощайся.
Take some then.
У меня их полные
My
карманы.
pockets are full of those. I will take. I accepted the tweak and catching a whiff of girl's smile. Fur, fireworks, and citrus. The smell of holidays. My fingers still get where I was carefully unwrapping the gum. Picture aroma entered my nostrils. And something else. Something unfamiliar but pleasant. The fruity cube entered my mouth. I started moving my molars chewing the gum. It is like your usual Turkish gum. Only my tongue went a bit numb. I couldn't believe my luck after opening the insert. Mercedes-Benz. I looked at the Mercedes-Benz, an extremely rare and hence desirable collector's item for any boy from my previous neighborhood. My heart skipped a bit. I was barely able to tear my ass off the insert, still stung.
Это же...
This-
Это...
This is...
Теперь понял, что можно найти в лесу?
Now, do you see what can be found in the forest?
Только на твоем месте. Я бы туда в одиночку.
Still, I wouldn't go there alone if I were you.
Тебе вон от жвачки в забу дыханье сперла.
You get flushed of a simple bubble gum after all.
А представляешь, что с тобой будет, если найдешь чемодан таких фантиков?
Imagine what will happen if you find travel case worth of these.
Голову напрочь снесет.
Oh shit! Oh my, you just die of your excitement. Unusual tweets. Just like everything else about her. I carefully hid the insert in my bag. As if I was putting a rare butterfly in a can, the fox giggled. This is not how things are supposed to go on Monday morning. Who are you? I refrained from asking that question. She wouldn't answer anyway, or she'd just lie. I really wanted to see what's behind the mask. I was becoming more and more sure that underneath it wasn't just a simple young girl.
Может, Вова тоже нашел сугроб сладостей и теперь кувыркается в нем?
What if I found a snow pile where we sweets and no was water in it?
Слушай, вдруг он решил
Actually, what if he decided to stay in the forest?
Тогда, наверное, ему очень холодно в одной
He must be
варежке.
so cold with a second midden then. What the fuck? How did she know she is missing the second midden? The wind caught her words like smoke and fire and carried them deep into the darkness into the creepy cricket. The tree behind me quaked with the snow with the bony branches.
Или с ним что-то случилось в пути.
Or if something happened to me on the way.
Что-то страшное.
Something terrible! The first reacted to her words became alive, it sniffed me out, perking its ears. Just like curious beast, the fox girl pierced me with her eyes again.
Дикие звери?
Wild beast!
Это, по-твоему,
You find it scary?
Ну, не знаю.
Well, I don't know.
не знаю.
It doesn't know.
Уж не с двоечником ли я подружилась?
Oh my, have I been with a dunce? I like being called dunce or a nonce. You had been friends with her, sounded nice.
Я хорошист.
My grades are good.
Бел да пушист.
Really now?
Пойдешь со мной? Хорошист Антон.
Will you come with me, good great Anton?
Найдем твоего Вову и сам его спросишь, что он нашел в этой пуще.
Well, find your father and you'll be able to ask him what he found deep in the forest.
Ведь пока мы вместе, никто тебя в лесу не
As
тронет.
long as you're with me, nothing can hurt you in the forest.
Вот увидишь.
You'll see. Worms of worry, waiting in my belly. Better run, whispered my
Я
mind.
тебе не верю.
I don't believe ya.
Ты думаешь, я врунья?
So do you take me for a liar then?
Да и пожалуйста, мне никогда никто не верит.
Whatever, you're just like everybody else. The girl sounded hurt, although I didn't know if she was genuine about it. She turned around as if she immediately lost all interest in me. The gun felt bitter now. I remember my dad's favorite saying, "Very manner, son." Indeed, this fox was kind to
Не
me.
обижайся, пожалуйста.
Please don't get mad.
Лисы бывают и добрыми.
Foxes can also be
Ну,
nice,
как в сказках.
like in fairy
Мне бы
tales.
только понять, что
I just
ты
need
за
to know what
лиса.
kind of fox you are. The girl giggled, had the nose of her mask in their hands.
Тогда пойдем со мной в лес.
Now your eyes, I don't like them. You know what I mean. It was eyes, but now it's black, so I don't like you. Then follow me into the forest, and you get to know me. You'll eat me in the forest.
Но не сейчас, а когда рассветет. А то тебя, бедного, всего аж потряхивает.
But not right now. When is it right? I mean, your whole body's shaking, so you put in.
Да выгляди, кондрашка
I
хватит.
don't want you to have a smoke.
Ай да, провожу тебя до школы.
Hey, let me accompany you to school. After hearing this, the dog barked in agreement and stopped messing with the mitten. I leaned in, trying to grab the piece of handwear that almost ran away from me.
Ну, если тебе по пути...
Well, if we're going in the same direction, we went toward the school and the lost dawn. Here and there, she has actually teeth. The lights came out the windows as we passed, as if he inhabitants were sending us warning sign. She low slurked behind curtain. Dogs let out occasional bugs. Spirals of grey smoke rose from the chimneys. The TV bustled and dishes changed cleaned in kitchens. We watched the village slowly rise from its slumber where carefully treading snowy wheel trails. I walked in the left one, she took the right one, the door was falling right behind us. I expected Fox to bring us something weird again, but she stayed silent all the way through this way at school. Asked with playing with me, some game, only she was private too. She would only giggle from time to time when the dog sneezed from the snowflakes that fell in on its nose. I was the first to break the
Так как
silence.
тебя зовут?
So, what's your name?
А, ну конечно.
Here it comes.
Имена, имена, имена.
Names.
Людям непременно надо вешать ярлыки на все
You
подряд.
people always have to put letters on everything. This is you people. Your mask is you're a man. She's not a man. I assure you she's not a man.
Ну и как бы ты назвал такую лису, как я?
What name you give a fox like me? I believe she's a fox, but she's a special fox.
Даже не знаю.
I don't know.
Но я читал про лису по имени Алиса.
But I've read about Lisa the
А
fox.
что?
You know what?
Я не против.
I don't mind.
Пусть будет Алиса.
As be Lisa. I couldn't understand if she was joking or not. I turned around as if we were looking for an answer from the dog, from this dark sky, devoid of dawn. My silent question was left unanswered. The school outline was already out in our sight. A giant brick box stuck in the endless night. Lights in the windows didn't bond well for me. The wooden trees were guarding the schoolyard. Screams, childish laughter, and someone's whistling toward the silence. I went here with my mom when we moved here, and the place looked cozy at the time. Empty corridors that smelled of polish, puffy snow outside. The second time I came alone to get the books and just kept imagining my peers. Walling down the railings, grade schoolers ran to the library and teachers marched through the corridor with an air of self-importance around them. High schoolers were smoking the entrance, interact pants, and wool capes, put on their foreheads. Their appearance destroyed the last hope for Cosy School. The dingy eyes on the teeth, yellow from nicotine, the smirks, all of it the same gloomy effect as the clouding wind in the morning. Absorbed by my thoughts, I completely forgot about my companion.
После уроков жду тебя на заднем дворе,
I'll wait for you in the backyard after school.
возле
Near the
повешенного.
hangman.
Возле кого?
Near what? She just ignored my question.
Не опаздывай.
Don't be late. I hesitated. Blowing hot and cold again. Mom always said that when I would have trouble choosing between two options. Think about Mom had to
Я
reply.
после школы сразу
I'm going
домой.
to run home after school.
Эх, Антоша, Антоша, это я тебя так просто отпустила.
Well, Antosha, I'm going to let you off the hook.
Другие же незаметно подкрадутся со своими улыбочками.
But
И
others...
вцепятся. Клещами не
Okay,
оторвешь.
finish your sentence, please. But others will keep up to you. With a smile and sink their teeth into you. Won't be able to shake them off as easily. Remember my words! It fucks up in its mouth. You know what, gone. What kind of thing is this? Someone ran in this and called out my name, Antoha! And secretly turned around. He was snowball, got in past my shoulder and hit the dog. It whimpered and ran toward the spring. The darkness devoured it. The fox girl was nowhere to be seen. She dissolved into the forest air. Oh, she's underneath my shadow. I gulped and swallowed the gum. Well, fuck's sake, unlucky. Of course. Why did you swallow the gum? After taking a deep breath, I went toward the school, toward the cultures in the dark, toward the light, raining down onto the snow. Let's look at it. Those first really fog nearby. Black light soothe. Okay, not interesting enough. Now, this is gonna be the episode here. One was deleted. Yeah, this is gonna be the end of the episode here of Tiny Bunny. This was a very interesting episode. Not so many jump scares, not too many scary things, but a semi-stressful moments here and there. My voice is done for. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you in the next episode of Tiny Bunny. Please like and subscribe, by the way. Bye bye.